Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report, and it's mailbag time here. We are having one hell of a time on our live show. Remember, we go live every single Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. And if you ever want to be featured on a mailbag, use hashtag Raiders, or you can super chat. And for everyone who's watching this video on a later date, hey, it's all good. But what I do want you to do is remember, be a part of our mailbags, because this show is made, like, it was literally made on the back of doing mailbags just like this. I used to call them Raider Nation Rumors. They're fun, they're entertaining, and it helps me get to know y'all a little bit better. Let's go to Hector. What up, my guy? Appreciate Hector here. Very concerned about the O-line and defensive tackles. Carr going to be eating dirt and running for his life all season. Well, I definitely hope that that's not going to be true. Though, if you're eating the dirt that I had as a kid, you remember it was like the Oreo, it was like the worms dirt? That shit slapped. That was amazing. The offensive line does concern me a little bit, but I am a believer that the Raiders make a move for a veteran offensive lineman. There's no way that you can look at your offensive lineman, your defensive lineman, and especially your DTs and say, yep, that's what we're going to go with. If you do, shame on you. Let's go to one of my OGs here, Brandon Jasper. Running back room thoughts. Trade Drake and have Waller and Ameer battle it out. I think Ameer is better suited for third, but Walter had bursts of speed. I realize now you said Walter and not Waller, so that's on me. I mean, I think Austin Walter looked really freaking good this past week. Hell, there were 2 or 3 runs when I saw him running the ball. I was like, shit, is that Ameer Abdullah? And I was like, oh, wait, it's Austin Walter. In terms of Kenyan Drake, his contract, you can't really cut him. The only way that you can realistically move on from him is via a trade. And if you do that, you save $2.75 million this year. You do eat $1.1 million, and then you eat $4.4 million in 2023 the following season. However, Austin Walter's a fun story. I just don't think he ends up making the team, y'all. So if you had to pick between Ameer Abdullah and Kenyan Drake, you know what? We're going to make this the pinned comment on today's show. Type 22 for Ameer, or if you'd rather keep Kenyan Drake, I want you to type 23. Steve Jones, who will be the Raiders' captains? Good question. I'm going to say you're going to see Derek Carr, Max Crosby, I'll say Darren Waller, Denzel Perriman. I might even Daniel Carlson is an interesting pick to me because New England in years past has always gone with like a kicker. And then another sleeper to keep in mind, I'll say, is Deron Harmon. Maybe Colt Miller, but he's a little too quiet. If I had to guess, though, those are going to be your 6 captains. What up, Jack Bishop? Mitch, very early draft picks you think we pick? Oh, man. It's way too early, Jack. I know you sent in a super chat, but what happens if injuries happen? What happens if it's a crazy offseason? A lot of stuff can happen. If the draft were to be today, though, I'm saying DTs and I'm saying offensive linemen. What up, David Zahn? In the chat, we already took a whole bunch of fireball shots for Zahn, and I want every single person that comes across this video to spam Zahn in the chat. Let's go to LC Raider. Mitch, how big of a statement would it be if we go into week 1, punch the Chargers in the mouth, and if that happens, how drunk you getting, my friend? I mean, if you guys think that the Coliseum used to get blacked out, I'm getting blacked out. I mean, if the Raiders come away with a win in almost every game, we're going to have a good time here on the show, no doubt about that. But if you can beat a team like the Chargers, which a lot of people are putting up there as like a top 5 team right now in the NFL, it's going to be a good look. I think even if you lose that game, though, you have to be very, very competitive, which I believe the Raiders will be competitive. Let's go to Patrick B. How much money are we getting back after these cuts? When you move on from DeMarcus Robinson, Tyrone Wheatley Jr., Vernon Butler, Nate Brooks, and then who else am I missing? Tyrone Wheatley. Anyway, the 5 cuts that the Raiders made on Tuesday, you're going to be, I think, around $4.2 million. And Gary Green, excuse me. You're going to be around $4.2 million. Like, that's my estimate. I am here live. I am breaking that down. I don't have the exact number, but that would be my estimate, somewhere around $4.2 million. Arborough sent in a $50 soup. Just win, baby. Commitment to excellence. Raiders, you already know, man. Jeremy and I, Chat Sports team, we bring it every day because I know you guys do too. What up, Albert Rubio? Telling you now, Mitch, if they don't do anything with the offensive line, will be a bust. You got Colt Miller. He's a solid player. I actually think that John Simpson might be the starter at left guard, but Parham is the better overall player, and I do think it's only a matter of time before he's the starting left guard. Andre James is going to be your center. Lester Cotton to me has looked good. He's going to be your starting right guard as far as I'm concerned. And then tackles where it's interesting. If the Raiders don't have confidence in Alex Leatherwood or Thayer Munford to start, I could actually see them kick Leatherwood into potentially left guard or right guard. And I want the Raiders to sign, for the love of God, a veteran right tackle like Darrell Williams. What up, Edward? Hey, Mitch, thanks for telling me about Valley Brothers. Oh, howdy hooty, Lord. And just won a Jerry Rice signed helmet. So for those of you that don't know, my cousin Andrew, he owns this Facebook page, and it's called Valley Brothers on Facebook, and they do like giveaways, but they do sign stuff all the time. So I'm glad you got a Jerry Rice signed helmet. I'll have to send him this message, and maybe we can do some more giveaways. Edward, message the page and say Mitch wants to do more giveaways here on the Raiders Report. Let's go to my guy Jack Bishop. Bonjour. I know you're not a Madden fan, but I got Madden 23. Simulated the season. The Raiders went 10-7, beat the Bengals, Bills, and Queefs in the playoffs, and are in the Super Bowl all against Green Bay. That's the storyline. I mean, if they go to the Super Bowl, dude, I mean, I freaked out for week 16, 17, 18 last season. We had a hell of a time, even though the Raiders lost that Bengals playoff game. If the Raiders go to the Super Bowl, I'm telling y'all right now, if they win the Super Bowl, we're going live for 24 straight hours. Like, it's not going to be pretty. You're going to see a sloppy Mitch, but we're going to party, man. That I can promise you. What up, Albert? Raiders need to go get Sue and Williams. This year is Super Bowl or bust. Jeremy? Raiders! There you go. All right, we'll shorten them up a little bit. Jeremy Chugs, Jeremy Chodes, whatever you guys want. But I agree. You got to go out. You got to get somebody on the offensive line, and you have to go out and get a defensive tackle as well. You can listen to the Raiders Report like a podcast, and it can be completely ad-free, but if you listen to it over on Rumble. How do you do that? Go to rumble.com/Raiders Report. Sometimes people are like, Mitch, man, you got a lot of ad reads. You got a lot of ad breaks in your YouTube videos. And I tell people, hey, if you want free videos, sometimes that's what you got to do. It's just the truth. But if you listen on Rumble, then there is ad-free. So go to rumble.com/Raiders Report. I think you're going to enjoy it. Let's go to Rashissimo. Yeah, Zon, I see you. DJ Turner is why Robinson got cut right. I think it's a combination of he wasn't going to beat out Keelan Cole. Tyrone Johnson has stepped up. Matt Collins, right? Those were the top three players over Robinson. And then DJ Turner's special teams value is also a major reason. Like, in terms of wide receiver play alone, Turner and Robinson might be pretty close, but Turner's athletic ability, especially in kick returns, punt returns, I think DJ Turner is going to be the starting punt returner. Not that Renfrow won't also get some punt returns, but when Renfrow signed that contract, I don't want him to be out there in all of those situations where he could potentially get hurt. If it's a big-time game and you think that there's going to be a fair catch situation, yeah, put Renfrow back there. But I think you're going to see a lot more DJ Turner. I have him making my 53-man roster. Let's go to Brandon Jasper. What up, my dog? Locals for the best experience. We do make a lot of content over on Locals, y'all. And if you haven't already joined our community with over 2,000 people over there, it's RaidersReport.locals.com. I do an exclusive video, 2 exclusive videos every week. We do a live show, which this week I believe it's going to be on Sunday. I'm going to be recording some extra videos on Wednesday, so they're probably going to go out throughout the week. But if you're a diehard Raider fan and you want more content from me, it's over on Locals. Let's go to my guy, Hootie Lord. Holy shit, this party's about to get wild. Stay thirsty, Mitch. Heading out. Where's my fireball? Oh, man. Heading out to get Snoop Dogg's new cereal, Snoop Loops. Oh, shit. That sounds lit. I might have to snack on them a little bit. Hang on a second here. You send in some soups. We're going to take some shots here. Hootie Lord. What? Ooh-wee. I just picture like Mr. Poopy Butthole. I don't know. Ooh-wee. Hootie Lord. Cheers to you, my guy. Let's go to Javi, California. At this point, how likely we sign Sue or another free agent? Signing Sue is probably like a one just win, baby. But I said a few days ago that I was told by a source that the Raiders add 3 extra players, so please keep that in mind, that the Raiders are going to add 3, I would say, notable name free agents by the time the season starts. We'll see if we get to 3. We've been waiting a long time, and I know we've been waiting, but we said the exact same thing about free agency. Then the Raiders made a move for Chandler Jones. Then they made a move for Rock Ya-Sin. Then they traded for Devontae Adams. This team is trying to do their homework before they get super aggressive. All right, my guy, David Zahn, any more surprise cuts? Well, I would have said Vernon Butler and Demarcus Robinson, but they got moved on from. I hate to do this because he's a friend of mine. Johnathan Hankins is a name for me to, I would say, keep in mind because the Raiders don't have a lot of commitments to him. Yes, he's played in some past defenses before with Patrick Graham or in this certain regime, if you will, but I do think Johnathan Hankins is a name to keep in mind. In terms of players that might not make the team, Kenyan Drake is a player to keep in mind. Yeah, I know, Jeremy's really getting excited over here with this fireball. But I'm going to be making some more shows about some more surprise cut candidates. It depends what quarterback you think is going to make the team. I'd also say, like, obviously, Brandon Parker's not going to make it. He's out for the year. Linebacker, no. Safety, no. Cornerback. Yeah, I would say right now the most notable one probably be Johnathan Hankins. Cheers to you, David Zahn. What up, Andre? Out of 20 snaps, Mitch, how many hurries and sacks would you get going against Colton Miller? 20 snaps? 0. I wouldn't have a chance. Like, I'm in good shape for a normal human being, right? Normal human being shape. Against these players, no way. And I stood next to Colton Miller. Colton Miller would be like, imagine like the old, I think of like an old movie where the really tall guy is like holding a kid by the head and like they're running in place like they're not going anywhere. He was gigantic. I was literally up to his belly button. If I stood on my tippy toes, I might get to his nipples. Maybe. Colton Miller is one of the best tackles in the game. He would work me. I don't even think I'd get to 20 snaps. Tony Santos, what is the go-to Vegas pregame spot on game day? New season ticket holder here. Let's go and drink. Well, I will say this. If you want a really, really cool game day experience, my guy, Barcode Burgers, where I battled Johnathan Hankins in the burger eating contest, he's teaming up with, it's like Raider Cody, Graphic Raider. I know Kenny King's going to be involved. Also, what's his name? Oh, my gosh. Marquette King's going to be involved, where if you guys go to Barcode Burger, pregame there, they're going to have a shuttle. The shuttle is going to take you to the Raiders Stadium, and then it's also going to bring you back. If you want more information on that, unfortunately, I don't have the graphics to show you, but message Graphic Raider, message Raider Cody, message a lot of these guys. I think it's going to be a really cool game day experience, and the fact that you don't have to worry about Uber and the fact that it's really not that expensive. I think it's like $25, and they're going to be providing drinks as well. It's a really, really cool deal. But, Tony, I owe you a shot, my guy. I didn't think I was going to get this many shots today. I didn't eat, and I always tell you, game days, Jeremy and I order a ton of food, and we just house food before the show. That way we can absorb some alcohol. I'm already feeling a little bit buzzed, so if you want to see Drunk Mitch, let's keep this thing going. Tony, cheers to you. In my own head, will Clelin Ferrell make the roster? What is he worth in a trade? What is he worth in a trade? I'd say if you can honestly just get a 6th or a 7th round pick for him, you take it. The reason why I think he makes the roster is because this is the easiest way I can describe this. You're either going to pay Clelin Ferrell $9.8 million to play on the Raiders, or you're going to pay Clelin Ferrell $9.89 million to not play on the Raiders. Same exact money, you might as well keep him on the team. Now, if you trade him, you do eat most of that contract, but you can still save, I believe it's like $4.77 million. What up, Jordan Adams? Think your caps are on. Is there an update on Big Time Hank? I just talked to Hankins earlier in the week. He said that he's hoping to get back soon. He told me that he's not going to be ready to play against the Dolphins and that he's hoping, Jesus, David, he's hoping that he is going to be ready to rock and roll for the final preseason game up against New England. But if he doesn't go out there and play, I am still hoping that he makes the team because from a talent standpoint, I think he's better than Andrew Billings. I think he's better than Tyler Lancaster, and I think he's better than Kyle Pecco. And the Raiders need a run stopper and a veteran like Big Time Hank. So here's my question to all of y'all. Do you think that Hankins makes the final 53-man roster? Type that Y for yes, or I want you to type N for no. I do think that he makes the team, but if he can't get healthy and some of these other defensive tackles continue to play well, and if the Raiders sign an extra veteran, I do think that Hankins is going to be a potential surprise cut candidate. Let's go to the GOAT. What up, GOAT? David Zahn. Shit, I feel like I got to make a David Zahn shirt. Would you guys buy a David Zahn shirt if it's just like Zahn time and it's just, I don't know, it's like I got some beers? I feel like dollar bills imply that we're just like strippers. I feel like you got to have some drinks involved. Zahn, if you want me to make a t-shirt, I'm down. I'm down to make a David Zahn t-shirt, and if you're wearing it, then you're a real one. Zahn, cheers to you. Speaking of the GOAT, let's go to Mr. Vagoat. You going to any games this season? I'm going to the Patriots Sunday Night Football game in the Black Hole. Any chance the Raiders whip out their Nathan Peterman? Unfortunately, no. I'm probably actually not going to go to any Raiders games this season. I'm actually probably never going to go to a Raiders game as long as I live. Why? Because the Raiders Report is about providing content for the nation. I understand how expensive tickets are, and people can't afford to go to Raiders games. But you can watch the Raiders Report for free in our game day experiences. So, no, I'll probably never go to a game. But if anybody plans on going to the Raiders-Patriots preseason game, my dad is going to be at that game. I just made him a custom Raider shirt yesterday, literally yesterday. And if people find him, we're going to play a Where's Waldo game. I'll give you more details coming up once I talk to him, probably in about a week. Well, I talk to him every day, but we'll get the details in a week. We're gonna do some fun things for people that find my dad and take pictures with him. You might get some free drinks. You might get some giveaway stuff. All I'm saying is it's going to be a good time. Now, if you guys haven't given me a follow on Instagram yet, please make sure you do so. Not only can you follow me on IG, but you can also follow me on Twitter. And I want to give some love and some shout-outs to the people that follow me on IG. We were chugging beers during the Raiders-Vikings game. People were literally coming up on screen with me chugging beers. So if you want a chance to chug a beer with me live on a show during a watch party, give me a follow on Instagram. If you don't believe me, go check out the live stream. So shout out to Courts, I think I pronounced that right, JZ33, Robert Frutos, and HM Madden. I appreciate that you guys tune into my shows. I appreciate that you watch and give me a follow. If you want to see yourself on a future show, hit me up on IG, Mitchell Renz 365.